Christmas, Christmas, come check out my wish list. Have I been a good boy? That's none of your business. I just want some good toys, can I get a witness? Got all of my homies yelling Christmas, Christmas, Christmas.
The Stellar Show, it's time to dive in. The Stellar Show, the sport, the drive, the win.
Welcome to the Stellar Show, Fayette County TV, Channel 77, Q Call Breeze Line with myself, Ken Philibon, the Duke, and Stellar's Collectible Shop and Uniontown Mall owner Victor Mahler.
The Maulers.
Maulers.
Mike
Yeah,
Rose
there you
here,
go.
back in the day.
Why am I doing that? Just slap me.
Too close to the
It
holidays.
really is. We're episode
Plus, you got
48.
cocky. You were running real fast at the mouth, and you just got sideswiped.
Yeah, well, the
It's
brain
all-
can't keep up.
Too much pressure.
Yeah, right. But I'll tell you one thing that always keeps up and is always reliable, and that's Mike Kelly Toyota. Isn't just about cars, it's about trust. With a wide range of vehicles and personalized service, we make your car buying experience easy and enjoyable. Come see why generations have chosen us for their automotive needs. So, but you know what? I've had a long day. We had Shop with a Cop this morning.
How well did that go?
Excellent, excellent.
It's one of the best charities out there.
Absolutely.
It's a
you know
wonderful
what?
thing.
Buy one of those signs, put it in your yard, and contribute to that cause. I know I was participating with the one out in Mount Pleasant. I know Rick filmed out in Connellsville with Jack Yard. I know he spoke with him. And then here, then I had a lunch. Now I'm here, and I have a committee meeting after all this. What's that? Mike Kelly was present too. Thank you. Yeah, on hand in Connellsville. So thank you, Mike Kelly, and everyone that participates in that. So what's going on your way, sir?
That's what you're just discussing, all the wonderful things that happen in the month of December. We should try really to keep that going the rest of the year and not just do it in December. Here at the Uniontown Mall, we have the Tree for Life Christmas raffle that's going to be going off this Saturday. Santa Claus is here. The store's decorated. Everybody's ready to go for the big holiday push right now. And we have the card show December 27th and 28th here at the mall. Pack Attack will be at 1 o'clock on Sunday. Saturday. See, I made fun of you, now I'm paying for it.
You know what? It's been a long week, a long day for both of us. And you're mentioning all the wonderful things that goes on in the month of December. You did leave out Duke's I Got You Day is this Saturday. Mm-hmm. And then also another wonderful event that happens every December 16th is my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
That's a little early.
I did not know.
Well,
I did not know.
Yeah, you'll have to cut me open to count the rings. But you know what? And also another thing.
Did you get hosed at Christmas you didn't get as many birthday presents as Christmas presents because you could get away with that?
Well, I come from a big family. It was so yeah. There was always some good excuses.
I had the Easter and my birthday thing. Mine's the 17th, so Easter would land in the relative vicinity of.
Well, Easter always changes every year, though, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. But in the vicinity of.
Okay.
So yeah.
We almost forgot. We got George Von Benko next week.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, he'll be up here. We'll talk to him, talk about some of his books. But let's get into what we got going on here.
This is the big one. The whole thing, I thought Penn State got hosed by being the 6th seed.
That's fair.
They end up getting SMU.
I thought they were going to get 7, personally, but I'm grateful it's 6. But did you watch that countdown show?
I was busy in here doing other stuff and still haven't.
That's all right. I took a break and made sure to watch that. So SMU got the 11th seed, but they hyped that up like they were the bubble team.
You have to create the story. That's the problem we talked about last week.
Shouldn't a bubble team be 12, not 11?
Well, you had the Alabama, the SMU, the Clemson, the whole mess on the end of teams that are irrelevant. This is why last year you didn't have these problems. So if this was last year's BCS nonsense, you would have Penn State, Oregon, Texas, and Georgia, and the bubble teams would be Ohio State and Notre Dame. There's an argument there. There is not an argument with SMU, Clemson, et cetera, et cetera.
SMU aside, it kind of validated that comment I've made on and off throughout the year about how the ACC is the all-clearance conference.
Yeah, you're absolutely right at this point. Yes.
Yeah, and you know what? You could have made an argument for Miami, but and I agree with your point. You shouldn't punish teams like Penn State and SMU.
It's extra credit assignment. You failed you screwed up the extra credit and you lose a grade point for it. No, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah, then
the bowl championship, the conference championship round should be eliminated.
Well, what you see happening is
until Notre Dame gets involved, that should all be eliminated.
College football is slowly going the NFL route. And I do like that they are eliminating more and more of the human element. I always hated that TCU got in because of who a sponsor may be, or Notre Dame might get in because you could charge more for tickets if they got in, or whoever. It's and that has been the case, or whoever, like Alabama and Ohio State, they always just have some sort of crush on them.
Well, that's the blue bloods. You want them there because it gives validity too.
But you know what? That's like last year, for example. Well, so the argument that kept Florida State out because their quarterback went down. Well, Georgia's quarterback went down. So are you kicking them out?
Well, you can't kick them out because there's 12 teams.
Well,
last year there were 4.
Yeah, and that was bad last year. Regardless of what happened to Florida State afterwards, they should have been in. This nonsense where you grade teams on potential instead of what they've done. If that's the case, don't have a season. Just start with a playoff.
Well, here's something nobody's paying a lot of attention to because it didn't happen, but it's a scenario that could happen. What if Army would have won? Army would play Navy this Saturday and then play a playoff game.
It's interesting you say that because what if Army would have got like a high seed and then lost to Navy?
Again, these championship games are garbage.
But you know what? Before we close this up here, I see what you did here.
Really?
Yes,
there was
sir.
a run on Penn State mini helmets at the store. For purposes only for this viewpoint right here, I put this here, and of course he has to turn it around, and we're going to talk fantasy football. I have been eliminated.
I wanted to ask, so this past weekend I secured a first-round bye in one league, and then in the other league
So stupid.
Well, hey, I got the weekend off. All other people are killing themselves, so it's win-win for me.
It's fantasy football.
Now the other league, I need to. If I win, I get in, but if I lose, I'll need some help. So, how was the last couple weeks for you? Was it fun playing spoiler?
I absolutely cried. Oh, so bad. My worst performance, I had a shot at being the 8th seed.
That's really cool, man.
If a million things happened and I ended up getting beat 103-39.
Was it the showrunner Adam?
No, he and I are battling for 4th and 5th place right now. I think last night he takes the 4, I get the 5.
Okay.
So I moved up. I corrected a little bit there.
Fair enough.
The other league, just an absolute embarrassment.
Yeah, just like how I opened this up, right? We'll be back after this.
You suck. Hey everybody, this is Victor from Stellar Collectibles. I'm here at the Uniontown Mall. We're going to have a card show on December 27th and 28th. That's going to be mall hours, Friday and Saturday. So make sure Pack Attack tickets are going to be available. They're available in the store right now. Make sure you make plans to come up. And right now, we've got a special guest here at the mall. Look who's here, kids. Your hero.
Hello, kids. How are you? It's the end of 2024, and we're going to end it with a bang with the Kids Pack Attack, Saturday, December 28th. It's going to be a big one. We got baseball, football, basketball, hockey, and Pokemon packs, and we're giving everything away, especially Victor's money.
Every time he gives away my money, this is important. You guys hear this. He's also giving away a Pack Attack for life.
Better take those Pack Attack tickets or you're on my naughty list.
You heard it from the man here. This is from Victor, Bryce, and St. Nick here at the Uniontown Mall. Make sure you come up to the show December 27th and 28th here at the mall.
Welcome back to the Stellar Show, Fayette County TV, Channel 77Q Call and Breeze Line with myself, Ken Philibon, the Duke, and Stellar's Collectible Shop and Uniontown Mall owner, Victor Malik. Got it right that time.
Nailed it.
All right, so this is where we always open some wax and some mail. Before we do that, I was cleaning up in the Ken Cave, and look at, there you go.
Now I have to get you something for Christmas. The
Thank you.
great Barry Lamar Bonds. This will stay as a permanent fixture on this show.
All right, like I said, you know
Greatly
what?
appreciated. Thank you.
Yes, sir. I just wanted to open this because I'll lose it or forget it. This is another pack of those.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that.
I'm
just
done.
almost. Yeah, we'll do like
Won't
we did the
ruin it.
last time.
Flip the card so the cameras can see him.
yeah.
There you go. Makes it a little tougher.
Yes, sir. Make them earn it. Oh, look at
again.
that. Good call.
You had to know that was in
No,
there.
I did not. That's good centering on that, too.
Yeah.
All right. Wow.
You got the one. Who cares? Is that Mike Webster?
No. I think there's
Dino
two.
Pickett.
Tunch. Rest in peace. And then, here we
Duke's
go.
looking for gum.
Get the top loader out. Another one of our favorite human beings of all time.
Joe Willie.
Boy.
The great Joe Willie.
Good audible sticking with that, huh? So, like I said, before we pitched
We'll slide this forward.
we got something. I brought you Barry Bonds, and then I also brought you this. So last week we had our Christmas parade in Mount Pleasant, and Somerset. Somerset Trust Company. They over prepared us with Christmas treats to give out to kids that went to see Santa afterwards.
Fantastic.
So
that is my personal bank, and I highly recommend you use Somerset Bank. Their fraud line is the best in the business.
And you know from experience.
Yes, well, 100%.
But yeah,
100%.
you know what? Kids, you got to ask for it for him to give you one, so that way we know you're watching. And I might be taking one because I'm in the mood for some gummy bears. But either way, you got some treats coming to the kids here from Somerset Trust Company. And what do you got in the mail, sir?
What I got here is Mailman Todd brings me gifts every once in a while. That's why you guys, if you're looking for Beckett Guide magazines, he drops them off pretty much once a week. You come up here. He doesn't charge me for them. I give them out. You can come up here and get yourself a Beckett. What he dropped off today for Christmas is the 582 set from Montgomery.
What is
a lot
this?
of people do not understand what this is.
Please tell me.
So you pay $200. You get first shots at exclusive sets made by Topps that aren't put out to the rest of the public. So the 582 set is a very unique one, and I know he's not going to be mad. We're going to bust it open, and this is the 2024. I've already ruined the surprise because all the cards on the back are listed and there is no Paul Skeens.
Well,
what else is new? So you have Series 1 and Series 2 in Topps, but what they do is they create a different style of parallel. Dig in, grab a stack. These are the special photo variations or parallels.
Well, let's get them first.
Go ahead.
Because everybody always wants to do that last.
Now, when you tilt a Montgomery card, you should see the M's built into them.
Yeah.
So you got Jackson Holiday.
That's a good one. Wyatt Langford.
That's a real good one.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's a good. Those are good.
Now, one of the bizarre parts of the Montgomery set is they torture you on purpose, and they do not put the cards in order.
Look at this.
They're all here, but they're out of order.
Yeah, they're
beautiful cards.
They really are. Wow.
Yeah, these sets go from somewhere between $60 to $120.
Boy, he's eating good, huh? Juan Soto there.
Yeah, there's a Corbin Carroll.
I'd rather have Corbin Burnson.
There's hopefully the Pirates' new first baseman, Mr. Pete Alonso.
I would be all for
Little
that.
Bobby Witt. Beautiful cards. I think Ellie De La Cruz is the best card in there.
Here we go. Bryce Harper. Boy, is he? You know what?
Tatis.
To be regretting a $500 million contract, that poor man. I don't know how he's going to get by.
It's going to be a rough Christmas.
Yeah, right.
DeGrom. But yeah, as you look through these cards, you will see the holographic image with the Montgomery 582 on
These
them.
are nice. I can see why these are $200. You know.
Yeah, you pay $200 for the membership to the Montgomery Club with them, and then they give you first right to buy things. There's a Henry Davis.
Trilio. That's exciting.
That's a Gold Glover.
Yeah, you know, he almost batted 200.
Yeah. And there is Ohtani.
Oh, nice. I'll skim through one more.
Yeah, these are fun to look through.
They really are. Boy, they're just fun to look at, too. Machado.
There's Acuna. And like I said, what's neat about them is you have to put them in order.
Now, is there any chance of pulling something as you're going through, like an autograph, a number?
That I doubt.
Oh, here you go. We got the Pirates team card. Look at that.
Yeah, I do not believe there's autographs inserted in the Montgomerys. There's Connor Joe. There's De La Cruz. Andy, who will be back this year.
Rightfully so.
Senzo, Yastrzemski, Devers.
Darvish.
Yeah, this is something you do not see very often at card shows.
This is
a fun open.
This really is.
Kevin Biggio.
Boy, they like second-generation players up there in Toronto. Well, I'm going to do another pinch and then we'll
There's
move on.
Julio Rodriguez. Wouldn't it have been nice to get a Skeens out of here?
Yeah, right?
Would have been nice.
Yeah.
There's Mitch Keller.
Garrett Cole.
And there he is, Mr. Rowdy Tellez.
Oh, there you go. You're stealing money.
Thief!
Yeah, we'll have to censor the last part of that. All right,
Go to
sir.
Senga. Yeah, so that is the Montgomery set. You got to get
those
a
are
sneak
fun.
peek at it, and it's a wonderful set and great stocking stuffer.
Yeah, that definitely topped the Joe Willie.
Nah, Joe Willie's still Joe Willie.
That's true. One of the coolest human
But yeah,
beings
you
ever.
can go on to Top's website and look up Montgomery and see what else is all available with them.
All right, so the week of the 12th and the 16th, the Army versus Navy. You got to go Army and you got to go over. That's where I'm at. Yeah,
Tom Cruise, Pete Mitchell, Navy, boats, and fighter jets. I'm
Okay.
taking the points.
okay.
Going with Maverick in an upset.
Oh, you can have it. I didn't do too good last week, so I'm going to make up one there.
Okay, you want to go on to the NFL? There is no other game in college football but the Army-Navy game. So, and if you want to watch pageantry, watch them all enter the stadium. It's actually pretty
You
cool.
know what? That's true.
It's a
yeah.
wonderful time to watch some of the best people, upcoming leaders in our country. All right, we're going on to the NFL. This is the week. There's a week in the SEC they call Cupcake Week, where all the big shots play lesser-ranked teams.
The exception of one on here, they're all mismatches.
If you look at the rest of the schedule, it is so bad this week. That's why we have something fun coming on the bottom. First game is Cincinnati at 5-8, travels to 3-10 Tennessee. Cincinnati's given Tennessee 47.5's the over.
I like the under, and I like Tennessee.
I'm going to go with Cincinnati in the under. I'm going to give them the 5. I don't think Tennessee can score that much.
That Pollard gets running. He's tough.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah.
Cincinnati's run defense is as
Yeah.
bad as a high school team. Moving on, Kansas City at 12-1 is given 4 to the Browns. They're trying to tell you something there. The Browns are 3-10. The over/under is 45.5.
Where's this game played?
In Cleveland. That should be a 12-point spread right there, if you ask me.
I know you don't want to hear it, but
Here we go with Jameis Winston
he's
again.
had some moments. He's looking good. I mean, I think
Did you watch the game Sunday?
most of it.
Okay.
That was the Sunday was a day like today where I was juggling multiple things. But they had his number this time around. But
Always remember when you're betting and picking sports, divisional teams normally, interdivision games normally split.
here's where the Chiefs, they got to keep running because they got to keep the foot on the gas pedal because the Bills and Steelers are not far behind them.
No, they really aren't. Not right now.
So to keep that number 1 seed, so the Chiefs, they got to lay it to them so that they can, coast with the rest of the season. So I'll take the Chiefs, and I think the under.
I'm going with the Browns in this game and the under.
Okay.
I think this is one of those weekends where you look back upon it and go, how didn't I see all these upsets? Too many teams that are in the Browns position are playing games this week. Speaking of another one, Baltimore at 8-5, giving 5 to the Giants, who are 2-11.
Wow,
They're trying to tell you
giving 5 or
something.
15?
5.
Because it looked like 15 there.
Oh, that is. I'm reading the Steelers. 15.
Yeah, you're good. So
Good catch.
if Baltimore is given 5, in a perfect world they could probably cover more than 15. So yeah, Henry and Jackson are too tough. The Giants ain't stopping them. I'll take the Giants. I'm taking Baltimore in the over.
I'm going with the Giants. I'm going with the upset weekend. Steelers right now and the Eagles. Steelers are getting 5 from the Eagles at 42.5 on the over. The Steelers are 10-3. The Eagles are 11-2. This is the best game on the slate.
Oh, absolutely. So I'm going to work in an extra plug / commentary for this situation. So where I live, I don't get Q-Call or BreezeLine, so I have to go to a streaming service. And for whatever reason, like the streaming service, I don't want to give a free plug to, but if they want to throw us some cash, we'll talk. When I'm in my house, I can stream it on my phone, iPad, whatever. But at my house, they're giving me the Philly TV market, which has been fun all year because I'm getting all this
You're getting
Eagles
to see
stuff.
Saquon.
Yeah, right. And it's been hilarious. And the coverage out there on the Eagles is pretty. This Eagles team is tough. If the Steelers had Pickens, I'm thinking the Steelers, but I hate picking against the home team because I always end up eating it, which is one benefit that could come from this. But I got to take the Eagles, and I like the over.
I'm going with the Steelers. I'll take the 5 with the Steelers over. Russell Wilson and this offense, even without George Pickens, scored a lot.
No,
They're moving the ball quite well right now.
This Eagles team, I've seen a lot of them this year, and I've watched just because it like humors me watching local TV from Philly. This Eagles team's tough. They're an NFC Championship or Super Bowl caliber team. They're playing through January, most likely February. So, and the Steelers are capable of it, but if Pickens is in that lineup, I think I like the Steelers' chances better. I don't without him, so that's where I'm at.
So with this game, we're going to do something a little different today. I'm throwing a curveball, Ken. This is basically my Christmas present to him. I'm going to give him a $5 parlay to pick 4 players who are going to score in the Steelers-Eagles game. I'll place it for you, and we'll donate the money to the Animal Society.
Faya Friends of Animals.
There it is.
And, let's get them in, because I was going to get that next segment, but we'll do it now. Duke, like I said, 2-year anniversary coming up of I Got You Day. A lot of good shelters, Somerset, Fayette, Washington, whatnot. There's a few of them throughout Fayette County. Let's give these dogs and cats a good home this year, and hopefully we hit on this parlay to make a good contribution. So if I got to pick 4 that are
4 players that are going to score touchdowns.
Well, just wipe your Patterson off the board. He's talking about guys that are stealing money. He's stealing money.
It hasn't looked good thus far.
So I like Barkley. Barkley's going to score Saturday. I like Hurts. He's going to score at some point. I like Harris. He's going to score. And Wilson's going to throw one, but to who, I don't know.
You
so I'll
need
go
Wilson to score.
Yeah.
He needs to run a touchdown.
Oh, he's got to run it in. Okay, not throw it in. Okay. So that changes things.
That's why I'm here.
Oh, boy.
4 players to score.
So I like Hurts could run one in. Barkley could run one in. Harris, I'm confident running one in. Now, obviously the receivers, well, you got to take Pickens off because I think he's out.
Okay.
Yeah. I like Freiermuth.
Freiermuth?
We are.
Penn State. Freiermuth, Harris, Hurts, and Barkley score. 4-teamer. We'll tell you what happens coming back next week on that, and we'll be back in a minute.
Welcome back to the final segment of the Stellar Show here on Fayette County TV, Channel 77Q, Call and Breeze Line with myself, Ken Philibum, the legendary Duke, and Stellar's Collectible Shop and Uniontown Mall owner, Victor Malik.
Boom.
And
very good.
This Thursday up in Donegal, Hillbillies Got Talent, 7 o'clock, still some qualifying rounds going on. And this Thursday, December, what will that be, the 11th? 12th, something like that? 12th.
Yeah.
I will be a judge, and you may be on the docket also.
Depends on how everything goes.
It will be a game time decision for Victor. I will be there.
Good job on the game time. I like that.
So what else you got going on here?
Just a couple of reminders. The card show is here December 27th and 28th. Pack Attack tickets are here available in the store. At the mall, we have the Christmas tree raffle that will conclude this weekend. So if you're planning on putting any money in and trying to win any of the Christmas trees, you got to come up here before Saturday morning. That's probably the most important one because the time is running out and the trees are beautiful.
I got to give Rich Garstek a shout out because he brought something to my attention. A few weeks back, he loves the show, but we had a conversation up at the Fireman's Club in Mount Pleasant where a lot of the big decisions get done and important things get discussed. Mm-hmm. But so your Pechins cart was stolen. Then it was found, which was a Christmas miracle. How did you first come across this cart?
Well, Toilet Bowl Joel Chisler left way too soon. Was somebody who brought that here to the mall, and in Sears, when they closed the store down, it came to me. Why'd you turn me in? Is that a Pechins?
Is there an agenda here? You're asking? There could be. I mean,
what do I got to do to keep you quiet about this Pechins cart that means the world to me?
You got any more of these Montgomery boxes laying around?
The Montgomery boxes are good things.
But you know what? On a serious note, so December 21st at high noon, Beaver Stadium, the Mustangs come to town. Hopefully to get smacked around. That is a team that I said I did not want to see Penn State play. I did like how Penn State handled themselves against Oregon. The outcome wasn't what I anticipated, but I still liked what I saw. But before I do get too far ahead of myself, another Vanilla Bean?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. So
who's the team you're would have been the most afraid to see right now? Who do you think the hottest team in college football is? Because Arizona State to me looks real good,
But they don't play defense in the Big 12.
but that offense is scary.
Oh, I get that.
Wow.
But look, but Penn State's shown their offense, they can go, back and forth. So, which, don't get me started on that with Franklin. So, you know what? You ask showrunner Adam, who came over. What is going on over there? Sorry.
Something's wrong with the fan.
Oh,
but
I thought it was our studio audience. I wanted to make sure he wasn't having some problems there. But no, so showrunner Adam and my buddy Ed come over, and we had some good pizza and whatnot. But scores 38-30. Penn State just scores, and as soon as they scored that touchdown, I looked over at those guys and I go, Franklin's going to go for 2. And they both looked at me like, and then they lined up for 2. It's like, oh, you want to know? I know this guy better than he knows himself. I've watched him in person. I think it's 30 to 35 times now. Plus, I've watched every game, Penn State, whatever. Like, for me to know that he was going to go for 2 as soon as they scored that touchdown, I think is a problem. And it was a bigger problem that they actually went and did it. What was your thoughts when he did that? It was like, oh, okay, Franklin doesn't want to win this game.
My problem with the game, I understand everything you're saying, but how did they overturn the 4th and 1 catch?
Well, I'm glad you brought that up.
That's the bigger one. That was just flat out cheating at that point.
That
was a drive killer.
It gave your credibility to what you were saying last week about Franklin. He just outcoaches himself, which he does.
Yeah.
Which we've talked about that on and off. But you made that point last week, and that was going through my head every time I was watching some of these bonehead moves. But what you just brought up another thing too, which I had some people that sit around me up in WJU's, row 53. They're like, they hear me complaining about the officiating, and they all come around. And that's why, I'm not advocating violence and whatnot, but I really love what they did in Texas a few months back when there was that horrible pass interference call, and the fans just took it on themselves, because these refs need to be held accountable. And the fact that they're not, I think, is a problem.
There was a manhandling of Abdul Carter.
Which time?
Right on the drive before the takeaway of
He's held by 2 offensive guard to tackle on almost every play.
Complete madness. Absolute madness. Even the guys broadcasting the game were like, look at this, and they basically drug him to the ground. You got to give Oregon credit. The pass on 4th down was unbelievable to the tight end. I didn't like what the defensive coordinator did with Carter, basically not blitzing the entire 4th quarter and just watching the quarterback.
Playing spy.
Yeah, that spy thing, you should have known that wasn't working. You weren't getting results.
You got a top 5 pick in the NFL draft on your defensive line, and you're having him spy a quarterback.
You could pick any 4-star player, athlete could do that job.
I'll tell you just an observation I had. I can't think of his name. It's slipping me right now. This safety, number 1, why he was still on the field after that 3rd drive, it was ridiculous. They had his number. They were in his head. They had his number. Get him off the field. Get someone else in there, whoever. But this kid, they were in his head, and they owned him. And it was bad. It just...
Credit to Penn State for coming back. They
absolutely.
Jumped him. They attacked him. And Penn State... Franklin steadied the team, got back into the game, and then refs kind of took it away from him. He played a part.
It was like, are you coaching to win, or are you coaching to hang with them? To me,
you mentioned it before that they really wanted that home game.
Oh, and I'm confident of that because, I think it's going to come out to between 50 and 75 million that
off of one game.
That they're going to, just in ticket sales. And I contributed. You're
Penn
welcome.
State.
But I don't know, what are your thoughts on SMU? What are you thinking?
I think Penn State should bulldoze them. They should beat Boise State. It just looks really good for a Penn State, Georgia, Oregon. Who's on the bottom left? Oh my goodness, my brain's locking. Oregon and who's on the bottom left? Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it looks like it's going to end up there anyway. They're just taking the long way to getting there.
I'll tell you who got hosed if it was Oregon. The winner of Ohio State, Tennessee plays Oregon.
Yeah.
That's not. I'd rather have Notre Dame, Indiana, personally. But,
well, if Penn State wins that game, they're in that slot.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Yeah, they're in that slot, and Oregon's with Boise State down on the bottom with SMU. Probably flips like that.
I'll tell you, if I could make one change to this current setup, I would have the 5 through 8 host, And then I think 1 through 4 should host the second round and then go to these bowl sites and stop doing these other bowls. What, Pitt got the above average bowl or something? Is that what it's called?
Those are for gamblers. That's for the board that sits over here. We'll get into the picking worthless bowl games throughout the next 3 weeks because we have nothing better to do. So you'll see all the worthless
But I'll tell you,
bowl games.
there's something that's better to do is stick around because Rise Wrestling is next.
The chills the night, the Stella Show.